ugliness, the newspaper wrote. Schlolten has fundraised King in the last 2 years, bringing in more than 1.4 million. But King had a 10-point lead in the September poll from Emerson College. They also face a Libertarian Party nominee, Charles Aldrich, in the November 6th election.
Who's not an outright racist, but believes in, if they want to be racist, that's fine.
Yeah. Recent polls show that they're in an exact deadlock. It is a deadlock.
Awesome.
Steve King may lose his election. He may lose his re-election.
Well, I figure if he does, he has that Grand Wizard job waiting for him.
Oh, I would not. I don't find that hard to believe at all.
Yeah.
It's either going to be the revival of Breitbart or Grand Wizard or Hitler.
Yeah.
That's it. Just Hitler.
Just Hitler.
Not just has the newspaper endorsed the Democratic candidate, but even Republicans are starting to shun Steve King finally.
Yeah.
Not all Republicans,
of
not
course.
every one of them, because there's still plenty of room for a KKK member in politics. But
look, we're trying to make America great again. Back when they had the Klan.
Yes, we still have the Klan. Back when.
But when they matter.
Yeah. True. But a lot of Republicans are now taking their support away for Steve King. And now it's a deadlock.
And apparently, companies are too.
Yeah, companies.
Intel is no longer giving to them.
Nope. A lot of companies have pulled their endorsements from him. I don't know why it took so long. It's not like he just became a racist, people.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thinking the same thing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. He's like,
I've been a racist forever.
It's been working for 8 terms.
Yeah, why not?
Why is it not working now? We have a racist in chief.
Yeah.
Even looks like even Paul Ryan is not supporting him anymore. How about that?
Well, he's not supporting him in person. Maybe in spirit.
Yeah. None of them are. But some of them are still giving him handies on the side. So that's good news heading into the midterms. And then I have a couple more headlines, and we can move on from here. Trump Republicans attacked as racist only because they're winning.
What? Oh wait, I said that.
Yeah. The National Enquirer's plot to assassinate Ted Cruz's candidacy because his dad might have actually killed JFK. Georgia GOP gubernatorial candidate ditches final debate at the last minute.
Oh,
apparently.
By the way, did you see Ted Cruz tweeted out that Zodiac Killer cipher on Halloween?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
At least he's aware of the joke, that. Yeah, I get it.
Is he aware, or is that his new one?
Or maybe it's him.
Somebody go to Texas. Somebody might be dead.
Apparently, you can take a political correspondent / TV show host out of Fox News, but you can't take Fox News out of TV show host because Megyn Kelly is fired from NBC after wearing or putting on blackface for Halloween. Very nice. Appeal courts orders Ohio to count purged voters' ballots.
Why do we have to do that? We were trying to not let them vote.
Trump shocks with racist new ad days before midterms.
Who am I shocking with racism?
Infamous mobster Whitey Bulger is murdered in a West Virginian prison.
That's right. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the most important story that I'm so unfortunate we didn't get to. A woman who has had sex with 20 ghosts is now engaged to a spirit. This according to the New York Post, an actual news organization. Happy Halloween. Oh, God. Let's take a definite break.
Yeah.
A definite break.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we will answer your questions on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, everybody. We're back.
Yeah,
from that break.
Yep.
How's it going? Good.
I think everybody's doing good. I mean, it was incredibly depressing, most of that news.
Hey,
not all of it though.
Listen, it's America. Are you, my friend, drinking anything different?
Yes. So check this out.
What are you drinking? Yeah. Oh, I can't. I don't see. Ooh, was that a can?
It's a can.
Of what? What? Is it Coors Light?
No. Lancaster Brewing Company's double chocolate milk stout.
Ooh, finally not drinking a racist company. Okay.
Well, you think Weyerbacher's racist? They do have a Nazi-sounding name. I'll give you that.
Founders I was talking about last week.
Yeah, I know, but I had Weyerbacher for the last
all right,
12 years or whatever.
That's good that you're drinking that's a good drink. I didn't know they made it in cans, though.
I know. I was shocked, too. But I was like, I've had this one before.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I wonder. They claim, I don't know. The claim among the craft beer people now is that the cans are better.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's interesting.
So I don't know.
But you pour it out into a glass anyway, don't you?
I do, yeah.
No, so it doesn't matter.
Well, apparently it's supposed to keep better in the can.
Oh, okay. Makes sense because most craft beer bottles are like black or dark as possible.
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of makes sense.
So this is 6.8%. And it is described as, don't miss out on the intense roasted malts, silky smooth mouthfeel, and subtle sweetness and velvety chocolate goodness of our double chocolate milk stout. We've gone over the top with more malt, the infusion of cacao nibs, and pure chocolate for a truly mind-blowing experience in beer.
I'm hard.
I was thinking too, like, wow, they wrote that kind of like a
sensually.
Yeah, I know. I know that was almost.
I need a moment.
That was almost like a letter to Penthouse or whatever that used to be.
I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. That was about as long as I could last.
No, that was pretty long for
you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, well, bottoms up. I'm drinking an energy drink.
Oh, are you?
So also in a can.
Also in a can. All right, cheers.
Yeah, see, cheers. The lovely artificial flavoring of Monster Energy.
Holy fuck. That just tastes like chocolate milk.
Oh,
that's unbelievable.
Alcoholic chocolate milk. You don't think it would be good until you actually try it.
It's
fucking
so
amazing.
good.
So good. You're lucky. I will be drinking next week for sure, though.
Oh, yeah. We'll put those pounds right back on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's part of the reason why I haven't had a drink in a while, too. I'm like, I think I might die. Yeah, I think I might die of like alcohol poisoning, especially if the night starts turning sour.
Oh,
so,
yeah. We have. I have several craft beers ready for if the night goes well, and I have several bottles of rum, gin, and brandy if it doesn't.
So if we start bringing out the rum, things are not looking good. Not looking good.
Yeah.
All right, very good. So with that, you got your drink. You're all comfortable, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready
got
to
your
go.
Snacks?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. You ready for the next segment, though?
Yep.
You know what it is?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Just remember.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It's Twitter time! All right. The poll of the week.
Drives me crazy.
What is the best horror movie of all time? Your choices were
the ones that Tom knows.
The Exorcist, Halloween, The Blair Witch Project, and then other for, people who don't like those three. So, in fairness, I've never seen Halloween or The Exorcist, just The Blair Witch Project. I went on.
Okay.
I just went.
So you know the names.
I do.
You just don't know what.
I did a Google search for like scariest horror movies of all time, and those were the ones that showed up the most in like the top 10. So I was like, all right, I'll just pick those three, and then other. So let me ask you first of all, what's your scariest movie, or what's your best horror movie of all time?
Oh, well, those are two different questions.
Yeah, I know. I know. So what's your
my favorite and the scariest are entirely different.
What's your favorite?
I think this is going to be very controversial because I think my favorite is Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
The Tim Burton Sleepy Hollow.
Is that a cartoon?
No, it's with Johnny Depp's in it.
Oh, okay. And
so is Christopher Walken, actually.
Oh, never seen it.
Oh, it's fantastic. You should see it. Not particularly scary, but...
All right, so what's the scariest movie you've ever seen?
Scariest movie I've ever seen. That's a hard... It might be The Strangers.
Oh, I've seen that one. I've actually seen that one.
Yeah, and just because, like, where we lived, I feel like something like that could happen. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good one. And then I guess to answer the poll question, what is the best horror movie of all time?
Of those choices?
No, because there was an other. So what do you think is just the best horror movie?
Well, I know the consensus is usually The Exorcist.
Yeah.
But I already said what my favorite is. So.
Well, favorite and best are different, aren't they?
True. That's true.
So what's like the best horror movie?
The best one?
Because you've definitely seen more horror movies than I have, clearly.
Well, the thing is, I've seen a lot of horror movies, and I don't... Like, I enjoy them, but I don't consider any of them to be particularly great movies.
What about Pontypool?
That might be, like, I don't know. At least they were creative.
Yeah, it was definitely creative.
Yeah, the best one, that's so hard. I'm just going to have to go with the old mainstay of Halloween.
Okay.
That's, I think, the first one I saw that I remembered loving.
I heard the new one was actually really good, too.
I've heard that, too. I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
And I won't.
I don't know if I'll get to see it anytime soon, because I just got tickets to go see Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh.
And I usually only make it to the movies like once a month.
So did I. Trust me. I'm going.
And luckily, with T-Mobile, they gave us $4 tickets.
Oh,
so.
nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So for me, I've seen a handful of horror movies, and I have seen more horror movies than like I've seen other genres, just because I kind of like those kind of movies. The Blair Witch Project is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie. I love the concept of that movie more than anything.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Like the fact that they're just these people in the woods, and you almost believe that it's a real documentary.
Yeah, and the thing is, the only issue I had with that movie, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen a movie that came out in 1999, is that I think it actually would have been more frightening if they didn't have the supernatural elements. Because at the end, it kind of takes on that.
It did, but I don't know.
And I feel like it would have been scarier. As a matter of fact, it would have been scarier if it were just them getting lost in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
That it was their own fault, and they couldn't get it. Like, I don't know. I find as soon as they go into the supernatural, I find it to be less frightening.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
That's when I stop being frightened at all, because it's like...
I don't know, man.
This just... because reality frightens me more than anything. Like, the most frightening thing I've ever seen is when I watch Congress debate on C-SPAN.
And a lot of people actually argue that Jaws is the most prolific horror movie of all time, mainly because it's like the one horror movie that not just could happen, but happens frequently.
Yeah, well, getting attacked by sharks.
Yeah, it happens every year.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know too many people who go out on like a
but
like a 3-day boat trip to try to find a killer.
But it is the most probable one because it's a realistic thing. Halloween,
but
Exorcist,
I don't know. But I was saying the same thing about The Strangers, because in rural towns, shit like that happens.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like people like kill other people just because I don't know. It's like
let's not
because they're bored.
Okay,
I don't
let's
know.
not talk about that because I still live in a rural area.
I know, but I'm just saying like that shit happens too.
I don't care. And for me, I know this is campy and it's cheesy, but I have a fear of dolls. I don't know why. I'm terrified of dolls. I think it's because my mom accidentally thought that Child's Play was an actual kids movie when it came out. So I was like 6 or 7 when it came out, I want to say.
Oh, no.
And we put it on, and there's this fucking satanic doll killing people.
Yeah.
I am terrified of Chucky. Just the face alone just sends chills down my spine. I know it's stupid and campy, and if I watched it now, I'd probably laugh at how stupid it is, but I can't. The moving dolls in general, freak the fuck out of me.
Oh,
they freak me out.
You would not like Puppet Master.
I don't even want. I never heard of it, and I don't want to ever see it. Nope.
Or what was the other one? There's a movie by the same people who made Saw.
No, I don't know. I know Annabelle was apparently pretty scary too.
Yeah, then there was a movie like that. It was made like 10 years ago.
Even the scary. One movie I remember seeing when I was a kid called Children of the Corn.
That was Stephen King.
That freaked me out a little bit too. Oh, and Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary when I was a child was horrifying to me. The whole concept, like you just bury an animal and it comes back to life, but evil because you buried it in the wrong spot. Oh, it was a freaky movie.
Although I have to give Stephen King some shit because Like, as far as somebody who writes frightening things, I think Steve King's campaign speeches are much more frightening than anything Stephen King has ever written.
Well, that's unfortunate too.
Yeah.
So the winner of the